Hi, this is Mark here. Making this video. This is on the Omega right here. Okay. In my opinion, this is one of the best electronic cigarettes you can get. Um, it takes an 18650 battery. I got a Trustfire. I have a few of those. I got this one at another vendor. Okay, which is madvapes.com, and I got this that I ordered with it at All Smoke. Okay, this is one of my favorite electronic cigarettes. Is the Omega, and I adjusted it perfectly, so you barely have to touch that to get anything. You can adjust it with the 3 Allen keys. It's really easy once you take it apart. It took me 3 times to learn how to do it. The other thing I want to show on here is the Canon drip tip right there. Okay, it's nice and wide, and I like to hold my Omega. It's kind of big. If you're new to electronic cigarettes, you might find this big, but I'll be honest with you, you're better off with this. If you're a heavy duty smoker trying to quit, it has a nice feel. You can go either way with it to hold it, but the battery will last you at least, well, at least easy a day. But after they break in, you'll get 2 days on a single battery, on a single charge. The Canon drip tip, this is right here. Let me just show you their card right here. Okay, this is cherryvapes.com. Okay, and the number, well, let me give you their names first, Chris and Cheryl. Okay, Cheryl makes the e-liquid, and Chris, I guess, makes these Canon drip tips. Um, they're great, but they only work on a 306. Okay, this is why I spoke to him. It would be nice if he can make them also slide right over like a 510. This is a quartomizer, and how a regular drip tip goes in, that goes inward. Well, if it was a nice snug fit, the way this fits over the 306, to slide right over the 510, whether it's an atomizer or a quartomizer, it would look really nice on there. You know, you'd have your vaporizer, the post would be in there, you know, the atomizer or the quartomizer, and then that would slide right over, and you could drip directly into the quartomizers. And that would be great because this Canon drip tip on this, it's a real nice feel. This feels right. And that wasn't even that much of a hit. Now I'll show you what I did. I experimented with one of the drip tips. This here, okay, this is, what do they call that? I forget the name. Oh, it'll come to me. Just give me a minute. I'm going to put a quartomizer on here, okay? And I cut one of these Canon drip tips. It actually cracked on me right here. So I cut it right at about this point. And, oh, Empire Mods, that's who it is, makes this here. And Chris Ortho sent me the clear one, but it cracked after a while of use. I think the other ones are made out of a more durable plastic or Delrin. This right here, I slide this right over top, just like that, and then I press this. Give me a second, because I do have to get it on here. Put it up a little bit, and slide right in. That snaps right in there. And that's sort of what I was thinking about. Something that'll slide right over the quartomizer or an atomizer for a 510 and give you that kind of a look. Okay, it'll just slide right over it. Let me show you how this works. And this is a quartomizer. I didn't fill it. I've been using it, and I've been using it with the 510. But I wanted to just put this idea out there because I like the thickness, and I even like the look of having something wider on the top. So let me just show you. And this even has 2 vent holes on it, right in here. I don't know if the camera can pick it up, but it has 2 vent holes. And the vent holes are really supposed to be on the bottom. Okay, they're made, you know, to go with an adapter, so that if you drip and you over drip, it don't run out off on the side, and you can use it just like that. But I was just experimenting because I like the thickness on something on the top. Not to mention I like the look. So if I can get a Canon drip tip to slide right over a 510, or even insert into it, but bring it up wide. And I know they got the other types of tips, but they narrow down too thin. I like the Canon style, something like this on top of that. And it's a nice comfortable feel. I didn't get a lot of vapor because I got more air intake coming in, but let me just show you something here. This is the 306, putting that on there. You see how it's like stubbied out right on there? Imagine having a little thin piece of metal coming up and then having that. To give it sort of the look like I just showed you right here. I'll just show you. Something like that. And it's nice, it's comfortable. I'm just making this video to let you know, and I tried many of them. I tried the small ones that look like cigarettes. I've been through the ropes just like everybody else has, or most people, that are in the vaping community. I've been through the ropes. I tried just about every one out there. And this one here, it's about $89 to $99, depends on if you get it on sale or not. And you can get this at Alt Smoke. But I'll tell you what, it's one of the best pieces out there. It fires every time, and it's very easy to take these 3 set screws out with an Allen key if you have any problems with it. And you probably won't, but sometimes you may need to adjust it. It's real easy once you get the hang of it. And I'm going to show you one other thing on this. Let me see if I can pop it out. Well, take a look in there. It's a washer, and it's just a pin that comes down and makes contact with the battery. It's all mechanical, okay? There's the battery inside. Let's see if I can get that in the camera just right. You'll see the spring. I changed the spring. I used one from a flashlight because it just made it a little bit more tighter for me, so I don't have to press down so far to get it to fire. I just barely. I can actually even go to the side a little bit. It works good. It's one of the best pieces I like, and I like this right here, the Rios Mod. Takes the same exact battery, an 18650. You can also go 6 volts, but if you ask me, I'm happy with the 3.7 volts with a low resistant atomizer or cartomizer, and it does the job for me because it's basically the same as taking 2 3-volt batteries, putting it in there and getting a higher resistant atomizer or cartomizer. You're just doing the same thing. This will go all day and give you basically the same effect. But this is, because it's round, my favorite in the way I hold it. And if I fill up one of these cartomizers, it's a dual coil cartomizer I got from Mad Vapes. I fill that up, I'm good for about 2-3 hours before I have to fill it again. And the good thing about it is, if I'm on the go and I do run out and it starts to go dry, I can drop 3 to 6 drops right down and straight into the hole because this is sealed here on the bottom. Okay, because it's sealed, it doesn't leak down in there. Okay, so when I do that, after I fill it, I'll just blow, just right into it while it's on there. Like I said, anywhere between 3 to 6 drops, depending upon, how you like it. You may get a little bit of gurgle on the first puff, but that's about it. But usually when I blow into it, I'll just hold down the button for a split second. It'll burn up that gurgle, and you're right back in action for probably at least a good half an hour, 45 minutes, until you get a chance to use, these little caps that they give you with the cartomizers. You can get a short one or long one, don't matter. You just fill them up, blow the excess out, and you're good to go. But the Omega and the Rios Grand are 2 of my favorites. I have other ones, but I'll be honest with you, the battery life, and I gave many away. The battery life on the smaller ones that look like cigarettes, the battery goes in like an hour, hour and a half, and then you're stuck. You have to carry a whole slew of batteries if you're a heavy smoker or were a heavy smoker. This an 18650 model is the best way to go, and I chose this one. It's built by Chad and sold by Rob over at All Smoke, and it's one of my best pieces. This here is the Rios Grand, and that's sold by riosmods.com. Okay, you can look them up on the internet. It's another good piece, and I did take the screw out here, and it's real simple mechanicism inside there. It's all mechanical. There's no electrical, resistors and stuff to get finagled with or go bad on you. You won't have no problem with this, with either one of them. They'll last you. I've had mine, I believe, since January, and we're already in July, and I haven't had no problems with it. The finish on it's great. It's the chrome plated. The finish on it's great. It's beautiful. It looks good. Feels good in the hand. It's comfortable. As an ex-smoker, or if you're a smoker, you see how I'm holding this? It's just a little weighty, but you get the feel of it eventually. So far, this and the Rios Mod is two of my favorites. This is also good. It's anodized aluminum. Okay, and I just wrote to Chad. I was thinking on getting another one of these, and I want to see if I can get it in the anodized aluminum, sort of like a grayish color when it's anodized. And that would be also nice on this because I drop mine like every day. Every single day I drop it. I got more nicks on it than if you can see it up close, you could see and feel the nicks. And that don't bother me because I use it, I enjoy it, and it's still a beautiful piece even with the nicks on it. I take a little steel wool and clean it off, and it's good to go. But I have to get some others wax to polish, and I think if I polish this up, I can bring a nicer shine on it, but not really all that concerned about that. It still looks good, and it works great. And out of all of them that I tried, this and the Rios Mod, I have to give them thumbs up 100% all the way. And I'll be honest with you, I had, from All Smoke, I had the BB, and I also had the smaller one, the smaller Rios Mod, and they both took a 14500 battery, and I ended up swapping out the small 14500 model Rios Mod for something else because the batteries, I had to carry too many of them around during the day, and the BB, the same thing. I gave that to a friend of mine only because of it took a 14500 battery, and me being non-stop on this, I'd have to carry too many batteries around. I take one battery, I load this up, I'm good to go. If I want it, I'll bring an extra cartomizer or an atomizer with me, and I'm fine. But the smaller ones, they work great though. I'll be honest with you, if you're a light duty smoker, the BB would be great, or the small Rios Mod. But if you're a heavy smoker and you're trying to quit, go with the 18650 model on either one of these. I can't say enough about them. They work great, and the Canon drip tip, I love it. And I'll be honest with you, I hope that he'll be able to make something that'll go over a 510 because a 510 is my favorite atomizer, and I also use a 510 connection for the cartomizer. So something like this would be great. Just to slide over it, just like this, but sliding over a 510. It would be the perfect piece, to use on a cartomizer or an atomizer. The smaller ones, they're good. They do the job. I'll be honest with you, but the wider ones are much more comfortable. I have a better feel with them. Well, I can't say no more about these two pieces. They're both great. I love them both. I'll be honest with you, a lot of people like to collect them. There's nothing wrong with that. But me, you only need these two, to be honest with you, if you're a heavy smoker. I can't say enough about these two mods. They're my favorites. I have a few others, I'll mess around with them, but these two are my mainstay right here. And I'll make another video on the different flavors of e-juice and what my mainstay is with that. And I have two mainstays as far as my regular, and I have a little bag here. I keep all the bottles in, little sample bottles and stuff that I like to use at night or in the morning, or just when I get the urge and feel like using something different just for the flavor. but I'll make a video on that soon too. Well, I'm Mark, and thanks for watching.